Hello, in this video I'm going to cover all the steps that needs to be taken to start accepting online orders on your website. So let's suppose you have a Clover device, you have a Clover Station, a Clover Flex, Clover Mini, Clover Go, any one of these devices, and you want to have your menu showcased on your website, and you want to know the best way to do that. And in this video I'm going to show you how to do all those things. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you should do is go to clover.com. Again, you can do it a few different ways, but this is the way I would do it. And then go to more tools. So remember, it's very important that when you go to clover.com to choose the right location, okay? So make sure you choose the right location. The way to confirm that is look up here and then make sure it says the right location here. And if you're still not sure if that's the right location, go to Setup and then click on Business Information and just look at the address, because you may have like Mike's Restaurant in 5 different cities. But the way to see if it's the Mike's Restaurant on Adams Road is to click on it and then look at the address, okay? Because several times a merchant would install the app and then they would have it installed at a different location and thinking it was the other location. So make sure to confirm the address. If everything looks good, and then you just go from here to the next step, which would be, since I'm already here, let's just mention the business hours. This is very important. Make sure you have your business hours, okay? So without your business hours set up, people are gonna start ordering online. Your customers, they will order online after your business hours or before you open or after you close, and you don't want that to happen because they will show up to your business thinking you're open and you're closed. So if you ever do close for a weekend or a holiday, just put closed. Let's say on Friday you're closed, just put closed and people can't order online. And let's say the next Friday you're open again, just put open, okay? So again, these will be considered your online ordering hours. So just put it exactly the hours you want to accept online orders. Once you have that done, let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is to go to more tools, which is right here. And then just search for, you can search either for Smart Online Order, or you can search for WordPress, whatever option you want. It's right there. Or I can just search for the other one. It doesn't matter which key term you use, as long as you search for that. It's right here. Press it one time. Once you press it, choose the plan that's right for you, and then press open. When you open the app, you'll get the API key. Remember, after you install it, you fill out a short form. After you fill out the form, if you want to do it yourself, just press open app. Just go back in the app again and press it again, okay? So for example, let's say for me, I already have it installed and I want to move to the next step and I want to get the API key. So the way to do that is just open it. You'll see it installed on your dashboard here. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. I'm going to give my API key. There's my API key, and I'm just going to copy and paste that, okay? And I'm going to put it into my website. And let me show you what the website I'm working with today. Here's the website I'm going to work with. I have the home page. I have everything set up. I'm just missing the API key. So let's go ahead and enter the API key. So how do I do that? You go in the back end of your website. If you have a WordPress website, just put /WP-admin or just log into the back end, whatever that the administrator login is. So in this case, it's at WP-admin. And then you press enter and you can log in. So I've already logged in, so I'm just going to move to the next step. Once you log into the back end, here's what you'll see. This is your dashboard. So on the left hand side, this is where you'll be doing 90% of your work, is Clover orders. You have settings, store interfaces, items, images, orders, coupons, reports. Everything will be done from this location here. But when you first install it, you'll see this screen right here. It says required API key. Just copy and paste that API key here, okay? Once the API key is saved, you'll see your address here, and then you'll see the pointer here, and it shows on your address. Just press Save Changes here. If perchance your address is wrong, just move this to the right location, okay? So let's say you're located over here. Just move it over there. But in this case, I'm not going to change it because it's correct. So just press Save Changes to go to the next step. And then the next step is import inventory. So again, this is very important because you're going to import your inventory from your Clover POS. So what does that mean? So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to the inventory app. This is my inventory. This information here will be pulled over there, okay? So everything here will go on there. So everything here will be pulled over here. I'm going to go ahead and press it. Okay, it's gonna restart itself. It will refresh the page itself, and then go back here again, and you'll see how many items you have, how many categories you have, everything over there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the settings here. This is called manual sync. Remember, once you import your inventory the first time, you'll never use this button again. It's very rare you'll need it again. So from this point forward, the things you'll rely on the most is manual sync and clean inventory. Manual sync is if you make changes. Right now we imported everything, everything looks good, but let's say the next couple of days you change some stuff around, you added 10 more items to it, just come here and press update all items if you added 10 more items. Let's say you added 10 categories, press update categories. Let's say you change some modifiers, just press update modifiers. Let's say a year later you change your tax rates, just press update taxes, okay? I always come back here to make those changes because it requires a manual sync. If you're not sure which ones you change, just do all four. Just go from here to here to here. So it doesn't hurt to do it again and again. It's not gonna make anything that's different than your menu. It's actually gonna update it to what it should be. Okay, and let's say you go in your Clover one day and you decide to delete a whole bunch of stuff that you don't no longer need. Then in that case, you would use clean inventory feature. So clean inventory, you press it one time, press next. Let's say you deleted 5 order types, press start, and then next, and then press start, next, whatever you want to do. Again, this feature is very rare. You'll hardly need it, but in case you do that, you may want to use this. But I will show you a faster way, easier way to do that without going through all these steps. This is only as a last resort if you did lots of deleting inventory changes or removing your inventory, then use this. But there's a faster way to, if you just deleted one item and it's on your website and you can't get rid of it, I'll show you a faster way to do that as well. Next step, order types. Okay, when you install the online order app, it gives you 2 order types: online order delivery, online order pickup. Okay, these are the 2 order types that'll be installed on there. So the next thing you will do is you go back in to your Clover, and then you're going to go back to setup here, and then you're going to go to order types. You'll see 2 of them. If you've been using Clover for quite some time, you'll already have a dine-in or a pickup or to go or something like that. If you only see 2 of them, it's important that you create one more. Make sure you make one more and call it any name you like. If you're doing mostly in-store purchases, just call it in-store purchase. Just make something to get it going, because you don't want your in-store customers having a receipt that says online order pickup on there. So okay, and then make that default. So take your mouse, put it right here, and save it, because we want this to be default. We don't want the receipts to print out with this name on there with in-store customers. We want the in-store receipts to print with this name or this name, but I'm going to go ahead and select this one for now. The next step, you can go to order receipts, which is right here. The reason why we're doing this is because for online orders, it requires some small changes. So your customers, when they order online, that you're able to understand what they're ordering. So we're gonna check this box right here called order note. Okay, make sure to check this box, order note. Let's say your customer leaves a special instruction and says extra napkins or extra sauce or no ketchup. You want to see that on the receipt, so make sure this box is checked. Again, it's setup and it's order receipts, so check this box. Next one is show customer info. What this is, it shows the customer's name and phone number and the information you need to get that food to the customer. If they're doing a delivery, it'll show their address. If they're doing a pickup, it'll just show their name and phone number. So make sure this is checked. This information gets printed on the receipt. Okay, and this is for the order receipt. And if you have a kitchen printer, order receipts usually print to the kitchen printer. Okay, if you just have a Clover POS, then you can expect order receipt to print to the Clover. Press save right here. Press the save button. Okay, next step, order types. Sorry, we already did order type. I meant payment receipts. So go to payment receipts, and then this one, go to the bottom and then check the box, customer information. This is for the customer. When the customer shows up, the food's ready, and let's say Ben shows up and he goes, "Hey, my name is Ben. I ordered the sandwich." You just look at the receipt and you'll have his name Ben on there. So make sure to check that box and press save. This is optional. If you want this, you can, but typically the customer's receipt does not need to indicate if they need extra napkins or extra ketchup or anything like that. This is optional. You can if you want to, but it's not needed because you already have it printed on this one. Okay? And everything else you don't have to touch because everything, unless you want to make your own changes. But these are the things that's important, or you can say required for the online orders, so you can make it work smoothly in your scenario or in your case. Okay, and now let's go back to the plugin or the website. now, now let's go to the next step: categories and items. It's important that you go through all your categories and items and hide the ones you don't want to show. So for example, if you're selling alcohol online, you want to hide that. So if you're not, then you don't have to worry about that. But let's say you don't want to offer soups online, just hide it. Let's say you don't want to offer a kids menu, hide it. See, blue is visible, gray is hidden. But I'm gonna show everything on this website. Excuse me. And then go through everything. Make sure let's say you want to offer burritos at the very top, just move it to the top. Let's say your best seller is quesadillas and you want this higher visibility, just move it to the top. You can reorder like that. Okay, so you'll notice on the far right there's a plus button here. You're probably wondering what that is. This is the items. So burritos, you press the button, you can see all the items within the burrito category. We have all these different burritos. So let's say you want to leave bean burrito at the very top because that's a popular seller. Or let's say your veggie burritos, you want it higher, just move it up and down. Again, this is called reordering it, so you can reorder it as you like. And then you can do that again. You can do that for any category. Just press the plus sign and reorder it. Move it up and down. Okay, that's how you do that. And now let's go ahead and go to modifier groups. Oh, actually, I forgot to show you the picture of the camera here. You can upload an image. But let's do this. I'll come back to it a little later. Let's go to modifier groups. Modifier groups is if for example, like right now when I open modifier groups, I'm not seeing it. If you're not seeing it, just refresh the page. See the refresh? I think it's F5 on Windows computers. I can't remember, but this is a MacBook, so I just have to every computer just press refresh, and then you'll see your modifier groups again. So let me go ahead and see it. Oh wow, this one does not have a modifier group, so actually it's not because of the refresh feature. Anyhow, if you're not seeing it, let me see. Okay, this this particular restaurant does not have modifiers, which is very strange. First time I've seen no modifiers, so I'll have to show you this example on another website. But let's go ahead and just move on to the next example. Okay, let's go to checkout settings. In checkout settings, you'll notice it says log in to checkout. You can enable or disable that. If you enable that, it will allow the customers to reorder again by using their, of course, username and password, and they can also reorder. So if you want to enable that, go ahead. I'll go ahead and enable it. And then your Facebook login, you can create a developer account by following these instructions here. Payment options: pay online, pay at location, pay upon delivery, use smart online order checkout. This is important because if you don't have SSL, then you will want to keep this enabled. If you do have SSL, like this is SSL right here, the lock. If you see the lock on your website, that means you have SSL. So if you have that, then you can turn this off because you already have the SSL on your domain name. Pay online means pay with credit card online. If you don't want to accept credit card orders, turn it off. If you do want to accept credit card orders, turn it on. If you don't want to accept in-store orders, like somebody orders online and then pays inside the store, if you don't want that, you can turn it off. For delivery orders, let's say you don't want your customers to order online and pay upon delivery, then you can turn it off. Pretty self-explanatory here. Again, don't forget to press save changes if you make changes here. Coupons. Okay, if you want to enable coupons, press enable, and then of course coupons is right here. I'll go ahead and just enable it so I can show you how that works. Tips. Yeah, I think tips are a good idea. Go ahead. If you're a restaurant, if you want to accept tips, enable tips. Verify with SMS. What does that mean? So during checkout, if you turn this feature off, pay online, pay with pay at location, they have to verify that they're a real customer. They're not just ordering and not showing up. So they have to enter their cell phone number. If you want to bypass that step and not have them verify their cell phone number, you can disable that. But again, it's not recommended because you may get customers that will order online and may not show up because they have nothing to lose. They just ordered a sandwich and they said, "Oh, I never paid for it, so why show up?" So just do that with caution. Whatever it's if you're comfortable with that, do it. There's some people that have done it and they have great success with it, and so depending on how you feel about that. Okay, special instructions. That's the very end of the checkout page. There's a special instructions. You can enable that or disable that. Thank you page. I would recommend leaving it just the way it is because the thank you page we created is it gives them the link to the receipt so they can see it, and then shows them your address where to pick up the food. So unless you're gonna make a one better than the one we did, then change it. But if not, leave it the way it is. Save changes. Let's go to the next step. What's the next step? Store settings. Store settings. We got lots more options here. Let's say you want to get an email for your orders, bob@gmail.com. Every order that comes through, Bob gets an email. Let's say Susan also wants to get an email, susan@gmail.com. Let's say Jack also wants to get an email, jack@gmail.com. Let's say Rob wants to get an email, rob@yahoo.com. Again, you get the point. You can add up to 5 email addresses. So, and if you want to get text message, feel free to put your phone number there. Track out of stock. If you're keeping track of items, enable it, and I'll try to remember to tell you how that works. But if you want to do that, you can. Business hours. Yeah, this part is very important. So here's the ideal settings I would recommend for restaurants. I think this works the best. So I can explain it, but just do what I'm doing right here. Turn this on. Allow schedule orders when the store is closed. Because even though they can order, they can't come in to pick it up while they're closed. They can browse your menu and order and then come the next day. And then this is very important. Allow customers to schedule their order on. And then this one, I recommend 20 minutes. But again, if you take longer to make the food, then change that. If you're a premium pizza store, you need 45 minutes to make the pizza, then change it to 45 minutes. So what that means is, let's say it's 1 o'clock. And a customer orders online, and the earliest you can have that pizza ready is at 1:20, right? Okay, if that's the case, then you put 20 minutes. Let's say you need 45 minutes, then you put 45 minutes here. So just put whatever you think is best for your business. Again, if some orders take longer, some take less, typically throughout the day averages out. So I would just put a middle number. So let's say you take between 20 and 30 minutes, just put 25 minutes to kind of keep it safe. Okay, but in this case, I'm gonna leave 20. 4 days in the future, what does that mean? Meaning if it's Monday, the customer can order all the way up until Thursday. So let's say you do catering and you need 30-day notice, so you can put 30 days. So if it's January 1st, your customer can order for February 1st, or end of February, or end of January. Let's say, I don't know, for some reason you need 90 days, go ahead, put 90 days. So the customer has to choose 90 days later. But I'm going to leave it at default at 4 days. Allow customers to choose ASAP. What does that mean? Let's say you're a fast food restaurant and your employees can make the food very fast. Then you can give this option to them. They can go in there and choose ASAP. So they may show up in 5 minutes, they may show up in 15 minutes. This is more unpredictable, so just kind of see if you need that or not. Delivery orders. Of course, delivery takes much longer than a pickup, so that's why we have default at 60 minutes because most restaurants after overall average out to about 60 minutes. But if you're able to deliver in 40 minutes, then change to 40. Okay, and this is up to you. If somebody orders a delivery and it's like a birthday party and they're going to tell you 4 days in advance, then put 4 days here. Or if you're doing catering and you're delivering the catering, you can put 30 days. Again, it's similar to that. One is delivery, one's pickup. So these, just leave it the way it is. It's usually 90% of the time is correct. If you notice you press order online, it takes you the wrong page, and just click on it and fix it. custom CSS, JavaScript. Again, if you're a developer, then you know how to use these tools. But just leave it the way it is. If you're not, if you want to learn more about it, then you can just click on here. Next step, delivery areas and fees. This is a very important part if you're doing delivery. Okay, make sure you add this. If you're doing delivery, whether you charge or don't charge, you still have to add the zone, because if you don't make a zone, your customers cannot order for delivery. So add zone. Zone 1, circle. I'm going to put 10-mile radius. That means how many mile radius are you delivering around your location. This is the current location, so like that. But I'm going to do some things. This one is a little bit tricky because they're located next to the Hudson River. So we're going to have to, let's say if I have 10-mile radius and somebody orders on this side of the lake, obviously it's going to take a long time to get it to them, right? So we'll have to change something over here. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you 10-mile radius so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to put delivery fee as 0. If you want to charge delivery, feel free to put $1, $5, $2. Minimum order, how much is the minimum order for a delivery? You can do that as well. But let me just go do a draw zone for this range here. And then once you do your delivery zone, if you want to keep it simple like a 10-mile radius or 5-mile radius, just press validate selected zone. Fixed delivery amount. Remember, if you put a number here, it'll override this one. So make sure to only put something here if you're not drawing a zone. Okay. Let's see, delivery fee name. This is what appears on the receipt. So if you're on the customer's receipt, the customer goes home and sees a dollar delivery fee, he'll know that's for delivery. But if you put something like a different name, like I don't know, you put your website name or put like grocery list or something like that, you know, something odd name, you'll confuse the customer. So just leave it as delivery charge or delivery fee, whatever. One of these two names are the best for it. So keep it the way it is. Other zone delivery fees. So if they order outside the zone, they can get a charge higher price. So let's say they order outside that, I'll put $5. Right? So you can do that. So if they order outside that. But if you don't want them to order outside the zone, then make sure to leave it blank. Okay? I'm going to press save changes here. I'm not going to let them. In this case, we're gonna leave it 0 because we don't want people to order outside that zone. Press save changes. All right, next step. Let's go to the next step, which we have is store interface. Yes, this is a very nice feature here because you'll get to choose from different different layouts for your website. But before we do that, let's see what our current website looks like because we actually haven't even looked at it yet. We've been just doing the back end. So remember, when you install the plugin, it automatically creates the order online page and the my orders page. So let's go take a look at it. I'm going to press it now. Oh wow, it looks good. Look at that. So everything is here. So this is store interface 4 activated. Let's say you want to use something different. Feel free to do that. Press activate right here. Theme changed. Okay. And then click on it here. Refresh the page. Now we have this look. Okay. So again, you feel free to change whatever style you want. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one because we got red here, kind of matches the theme of the website. But if you want something different, you can do that. Just feel free to read upon it and choose the one you like. And you can also customize it. So if you press customize, you'll see some options here. Okay, but we're not going to customize it. There's other videos that shows you how you can do some small changes here and there. Okay, so next step is, let's go back to settings here. We got store interface done. Items, image description. Yeah, this is important. Okay, we have all these items here from the Clover inventory, and we want to add pictures to it. So how can we do that? All we do is put our mouse over the item and press add edit image, upload image, and then you can add an image to it, add a description. Okay, so very pretty self-explanatory there, and you could do it for all of it. So how do you do that? Items, images, descriptions. And then orders, you can see your orders that customers made. So there's no orders because we just installed it. Coupons. Coupons is a good feature to use if you're just added to your website. So we can say coupon name Tabasco 10. Coupon name is the name that's going to appear on the receipt. So we'll say online special Tabasco 10. Percentage, I'm going to say 10% off. Starting date, yeah, we'll start today and expire it, let's say, end of April. Yeah, so we'll do for that. Let's do 1 more month. By the time you see this video, it may be way after this date, but you know, right now today's January 10th, so we're gonna just say it's good for 5 months or 4 months. How many times can people use it? Unlimited. So again, a same customer can use a coupon code every day. So and then on this date, they can no longer use it. And then press add. So we have Tabasco 10. Start date should respect. Okay, let me see. Start date. Yeah, let me try that. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me do that. Let me just change that real quick. Okay, so once you do the coupons, you go back to settings here, and then make sure coupons is enabled. That's under checkout settings. Again, these videos can be broken down to smaller segments. Just if you go to YouTube, Smart Online Order, you'll see a different video on coupon codes. But just this one's like a brief tutorial about it. Service fees. Service fee is what gets added to the total. So example, you can do a service fee of $1, or you can do 5%. It'll get added to the subtotal. I'm not going to add a service fee, so I'm just showing you. Tips, we already discussed that. Okay, so let's go ahead and the next step is to go to your Clover POS and go to open up the Smart Online Order and make sure that you know, place an online order to test it out. So how do you do a test order? Click just order something, you know, pretty something. Just to be on the safe side, don't order lots of stuff. Just order something very simple. So in case there's a chef in the back and he doesn't know that you're doing a test order, he doesn't start to make all that food. So press checkout, and then when you do your oh yeah, this is a login page I was referring to earlier. I'm gonna do a guest login. But if you log in by creating an account, then it will save your order history. So fill out this information up, press pick up, and do a pay location, and right over here testing. So in case there's a chef over there, he doesn't prepare the food. Okay, and that's how you check if it's printing. And if it's not printing, then go to YouTube, search for Smart Online Order Printing, and there's a video on there and it tells you how to set up your printer so that all your online orders print. Okay, and hopefully this video proved helpful. Feel free to check out the other videos, and let me show you something else as well. If you go over here, if you go under help, feedback help, there's a link here which you can read additional documentation. It tells you how to do additional things. And one last thing I want to mention is if you are a developer or a WordPress developer, and you want to make a store interface for Smart Online Order, you can do that. Press this button here. As of this date, we don't have any more than 5 themes or more than 5 store interfaces, but you can feel free to make one in case you have clients or customers, or you want a certain look that we don't offer. You feel free to you are more than free to make that. Okay. Thank you again for your time, and if you have questions, just let us know. Thank you.